Now at 6 o'clock, we're now learning the names of the mom and her 3 young children who were found dead this week in their home in Cornelius.
Holding your kiddos tight and, giving them some extra just feelings of being safe with them.
The latest in this case coming up in a live report. Plus,
when my brother sent the photo, I said that wasn't a dog mauling. That looks like a mountain lion.
2 dog attacks in the same area. This morning we're hearing from a family who says their father, who was mauled half a mile from where a FedEx worker was attacked last month.
And in Washington, D.C., the Trump administration hitting the pause button on tariffs for 75 different countries. We'll have a closer look at this, how the move could impact the stock market today. A live report coming up at 6:30. KGW News, the 6 o'clock hour, starts right now.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us on your Thursday. I'm China Green.
And I'm Drew Carney. We have Rod Hill and Chris McGinnis also standing by to start off the hour with a look at weather and traffic.
Hey, I have a nice camera to show off this morning from Lincoln City, our Snickwins Casino Resort camera. That's partly cloudy skies. The beach with a forecast expecting rain to arrive somewhere around 11 o'clock this morning, certainly raining by the noon hour. 46 is your current temperature. All dry in the valley, and we'll still be dry at noon. 45 degrees in Salem. Portland's temperature a little bit warmer, 51 degrees out at PDX. There's cloudy skies at noon, 62. So any sun we get will be the first part of this morning. And then rain coming in this afternoon. Will be on the back end of the rain, it looks like, at 5 o'clock with a rain-cooled temperature at that time of 58 degrees. Here's Chris.
Rod, thanks for that. An earlier crash on Southeast Powell near 92nd Avenue in the clearing stages. We'll get you onto the freeway on the east side. Photojournalist Chad Dehart manning the wheel here of Drive 80s on the Banfield westbound. You can see traffic rolling along just fine there. Drive times are all in green, so a speed limit clip for now. A reminder later this morning, westbound on the Sunset, ODOT doing some maintenance, some tree trimming. The westbound right lane will be blocked on the Sunset between Jefferson and the Zoo from 8:30 to 3. Guys?
Thank you, Chris. In Harney County, deputies and volunteers are searching for a Klamath Falls woman who has now been missing for a week. 29-year-old Kaylee Burt was reported missing last Friday after she left for a road trip to Iowa. Authorities say that she was last seen at the Fields General Store on State Route 205, and her car was found abandoned in the area.
We're also continuing to cover the big story out of Washington County this week, where the sheriff's office has identified the mother and her 3 young children who were found dead in their Cornelius home on Tuesday.
Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz joins us in the studio with more on this. Thomas.
Hey, good morning, guys. And the mother involved here is 37-year-old Hung Fung Lei. The children were just 2, 5, and 7 years old. We're going to show you their names on our screen as well here. This is their names, the 3 kids and the mother once again. Now, dispatch audio indicates a man found the family dead in their home Tuesday afternoon. That person then called 911. The Forest Grove School District says the 2 oldest children were students at Cornelius Elementary School, which sits just blocks away from the family home on North 15th Avenue. After this tragedy, the district is providing grief and mental health care resources to kids, families, and staff. When talking to kids, experts say it's important to acknowledge the loss and the grief that they're feeling. In a statement, the Forest Grove School District says, in part, our students are going through a lot and need to focus on getting the support they need and to focus as much as possible on their school routines. Meanwhile, on the block the family lived, some have dropped off flowers and stuffed animals at the home.
I saw the kids a few times when they would go to school and when the mom would pick them up. Sometimes they'd be playing around here. Just a normal family.
Now, the sheriff's office has not yet released how exactly this family died. That investigation is ongoing, and anyone with any information into what happened is urged to contact the Washington County Sheriff's Office. China.
Thank you, Thomas. Portland police arrested a man they say broke into a southeast Portland apartment Tuesday night, then sexually assaulted a woman. Just before midnight, people in the Reed neighborhood near Southeast 30th and Schiller reported a man climbing fences and balconies. Officers searched the area but say they weren't able to find the suspect. Then just before 5 a.m., police say a man broke into an apartment in the same area and assaulted a woman in her sleep before another resident chased him out.
She felt like, she was in a safe environment, and just unfortunately, this is one of those really terrible scenarios where somebody, took advantage of that safety and victimized her.
Officers later found the suspect, 39-year-old Michael Lynn Moore, and arrested him. He's facing charges including multiple counts of sexual abuse and burglary. The victim was taken to the hospital and has since been released.
Homeless people had their dog on a leash, but the dog jumped up on my dad and the other dog came from behind him and grabbed his arm and pulled him down.
This morning, we're hearing from another Portland family who says their 78-year-old father was mauled by a dog they say belonged to a homeless woman. Now, the family tells us that the attack happened in December off MLK and Knott Street in Northeast Portland. That's just a half a mile away from where a 68-year-old FedEx worker was attacked by a dog last month.
So we want to warn you right here that some of the images and details in the story may be difficult to see or listen to. So one of the man's daughters says he was only on his daily morning walk when he was attacked by the dog. After the attack, he was left on the ground bleeding while the dog's owner ran into an RV without calling for any medical help. A bystander who was driving by took Roland to the hospital where he received 28 stitches. His daughter believes that the dog and its owner were never caught. We reached out to Animal Services but have not heard back. In other news this morning, all 4 passengers and the pilot who were on board that small plane that skidded off the runway and into Coos Bay early Monday morning are now out of the hospital. The NTSB and FAA were out there on Monday afternoon as the crew lifted the plane out of the water. You can see some of the damage to that plane right here that happened during the crash. The NTSB continues to work on determining the cause.
The Oregon Department of Environmental Quality is under a cyber attack. They've had to shut down their online systems and close vehicle inspection stations. Sunrise reporter Ashley Graham joins us live from a DEQ station in Northeast Portland with more on this. Good morning, Ashley.
Yeah, good morning. The DEQ first told us about this investigation and the cyber attack yesterday. The agency says their networks are down and their inspection sites are closed. We're here in Northeast Portland at one of those sites. They say closed due to IT issues out of our control, but you can see at the bottom there, they say scan this QR code for other testing options, or you can visit that site there online. At this point, it's not clear what, if any, data has been compromised. Oregon's IT organization, Enterprise Information Services, is investigating the cyber attack along with Microsoft's cybersecurity team. DEQ does say their online tool, Your DEQ Online, which they call an environmental data management system, is on a separate server and it's not impacted. Now, yesterday, a spokesperson for the DEQ said they shut down the networks to isolate their servers until the attack is totally contained and potentially eradicated. We're still trying to learn more about this cyber attack, and when we do, we'll bring you that information here online and on air.
All right, Ashley Graham's reporting live for us this morning at the DEQ there in Northeast Portland. Before we get back to Rod Hill and his forecast, we're talking Buskathon here. Buskathon taking over downtown and Old Town Portland today through Sunday. That's when you can catch buskers and street performers all across the downtown area. You may be asking, what's a busker?
Yeah.
I have no idea until this morning what a busker was. According to Buskathon, they're street musicians or other performers who bring energy to public spaces. On Sunday, performers will compete for the title of Portland's favorite busker. You really do need to know what a busker is before you can name a favorite one, right? But now we know, and we know about this event. You can find more information at busk-athon.org. Busker.
There's a gentleman that plays the white buckets.
Oh, yeah.
He has played there, I guess, for years, because anytime my husband and I
are... Talking about the Moda Center? Outside the Moda Center?
Outside the Moda Center, but just in downtown in general, because
okay.
Anytime my husband and I walk down there, he's like, he was playing here 10 years ago. It's the same guy doing the same gig, and he's just always happy, and it's just infectious to watch him.
I do like the bucket drums.
And he's a busker then, right? Because he's bringing energy to a public
That's apparently what it's called.
Bucket busker.
I like this concept. Here's a look at our Rose City camera. We are all dry, and a lot of you are going to start off with some sun. The sun popping up just a few minutes past 6:30 this morning, so not too far off. We're 51 degrees, partly cloudy skies being reported out along the Columbia River right now. Mostly we're starting off in the 40s with a fairly light wind. It's 43 up on Battleground, one of the cooler spots, shared with Scappoose, 46 down in Tigard. Good morning to you folks. And we have 45 in Kaiser and Salem this morning. Futurecast shows that, remember, this is the day that rain will come into us eventually. 11 o'clock this morning and then into the noon hour, the rain rolling onshore along the coast. And then 2 o'clock, the show is already raining in Longview and then rain approaching Salem and Portland. And then by, say, early evening, this is 6 o'clock, we're on the back edge of that rain with drying coming in for your evening. Nothing stormy with that, just maybe roughly 3 hours of some passing rain coming in. Coco's our KGW dog of the day, especially, I tell you, on Instagram, the hashtag feature works well for us to search. If you post on your account, we'll search that hashtag, we'll find your photo, and your dog will become our dog of the day. All right, so we talked about the rain hitting the coast later this morning and this afternoon into the valley, but you get over the Cascades and it's going to be a gorgeous day. Partly to mostly sunny skies. 70 in Madras, Pendleton, LeGrand, Baker City, John Day, and Burns. Wow, you folks enjoy what's going to be a really nice Thursday. Here's our 7-day forecast. Portland will get up to about 65, we think, early afternoon, and then the rain comes in and knocks the temperature down. About 60 tomorrow. Friday still looks to be mainly dry with a shower chance. And Saturday could end up to be mainly dry with only a few scattered showers. Your Sunday looks great, 65. And all of a sudden, Monday of next week looks great. An east wind, clear skies, and 74. And that is your forecast.